I really love how Gene, this man straight up, like, in the middle of the episode, when a bunch of people are saying, you need to be the next king of Doa, and this man's face is like, I fucking love that, because the man's reaction, honestly, is so funny, because he's always a character that doesn't show a lot of emotions, but the way his face is depicted in that scene, when people just walk up to him and say, you need to be the next king of Doa, and his face is like, get me out of here, just like, get me the fuck out of here. I'm just laughing my ass off, because Gene as a character, as we know, he just recently found out that he is of royal blood, and because of this, that means he is in line to be the next king of the entirety of the kingdom. And obviously, because of the character of Gene, we don't really know if he really wants to do that or not. Most likely, he's leaning towards, like, I really don't want to do this, but because of what is going on, and because of what's going to happen to ACCA, to the entire nation, to the rebellion, everything, he might have to become the next king, and because his hands are tied. And so with his reaction towards these people, the way it just looked like he was emotionless, I was just laughing. I'm like, this poor dude, this poor dude that just recently found out now is being thrown into like a political game to where he has to most likely become the next king. So enough with that. Let's just talk about something earlier on in the episode, which is our main female character that actually had some issues going on to where she was being hunted down and was about to get assassinated. So it was something that we should have considered in the first place, because one thing we do know is that when there's someone already in line to become, you know, the next king or whatever ruler of the kingdom, and all of a sudden they find out that there's someone already ahead of them, and they thought it was their birthright to be the ruler, obviously they're going to get pissed off, or some people close to them are going to get pissed off, and they're going to try to hunt down the person that came out of nowhere and try to assassinate them. And so in this case, we see a couple of assassins go after the princess, but also probably going to be going after Gene very soon, because he is the one that's going to be ruling over the kingdom if he does accept the position and become the next king of Doa. So about the first half of the episode focuses on Lota actually running away, trying to keep herself alive, but also another character helping her out, and you see like a little bit of romance and stuff building between these two characters, which is very cute, and I was just like, oh, that's just fucking adorable. But overall, that scene was just pretty much them running away from the assassins, and the assassins eventually giving up because things went south, and their secret almost got completely, you know, discovered, because they were a part of, you know, the kingdom, the Doa kingdom. They were serving underneath, you know, a very high up official, and obviously, if the, you know, the princess would have disappeared, Lota would have disappeared completely, and when the dude saw them, they would have put point A and point B together, and they would have realized what would have happened, and so automatically they just gave up on the assassination attempt, because it would have been very bad for them if they would have continued to do what they were doing. So overall, the first segment of the episode is kind of something that we should have considered and expected, because this is what's going to happen when someone that's of royal blood just comes out of nowhere, and apparently they're first in line to be the next ruler. They're going to be hunted down, so to be expected. Now, the next part of the episode focuses on the meeting, which is all of the people of ACCA, the top high-up officials of ACCA, coming together and discussing what needs to be done, and also revealing the truth of Gene, our MC of the series. Now, as we know, we all assumed earlier on in the series that Gene might have been the person that was trying to start the rebellion. He was someone that was always going behind the scenes. We didn't know what he was thinking or how he was acting, because he seemed to have a lot of mystery behind him. But because of the recent information we can gather, we now know he wasn't a part of that. It was just rumors being spread, and he's actually an innocent man. Even though he is of royal blood, he is an innocent man. He's not trying to start any shit at all. However, the rumor started with Abin, which I assume is Abin because of what we got last week, and the rumor started because he wanted to get out there that, you know, someone of royal blood was still alive. He's the person that could possibly be the next king, and obviously, if he did become the king, ACCA would be spared and wouldn't be completely terminated or ripped to, you know, shreds. So that's why they want Gene to lead everyone in the kingdom, because if he stays, ACCA obviously will stay too. So it's to fit ACCA's agenda. They want to actually start the rebellion instead of a rebellion happening and them wanting to stop it. It's actually ACCA starting it in the first place, which is very interesting when you think about it, because honestly, when the series first started, I did not think it would turn out quite like the way it's going right now with the series, and I just gotta hand it to the writer of this series, like the original writer. I don't know if this is based off of a manga or a light novel, maybe even a visual novel, I have no idea, but whatever ACCA is based off of, I gotta commend the original writer of the series, because a lot of the characters have been hinted to go this direction, the way it's going right now, but also the way the subtlety of the writing has been, or you can't really guess what's going to happen next, and it honestly doesn't feel forced. I truly appreciate that aspect of this series, especially the way this episode went, with the way, you know, ACCA is the one that's leading the charge, and they're the ones that want to change everything, because obviously if they let things just continue on, they're going to be all disbanded, and ACCA is no longer going to exist. So obviously it makes sense, which it's been in there in front of our face the entire time, but a lot of us haven't even actually factored this in and considered it. But apparently, ACCA is the one that's going to lead the charge and try to make sure that nothing happens. So they are starting the rebellion, and because of what's happening now, Gene is kind of being forced to be a part of this rebellion. Even if he wasn't at first, now he is a part of it thanks to rumors, but also people wanting Gene to be the next, you know, king of Doa. So, like I said, I love the direction of this series and the way the writing has been. It's something very mature, and it's just so tasteful for this season of anime. And I mean, honestly, the way the series is going, it would have to fuck up really hard for me to dislike this series now, because so far, these past episodes, like since the beginning, episode 1 to this episode now, has been a very good ride. I've enjoyed watching ACCA week after week. It's been very fun. And in all honesty, the only way this series can become shit is if the ending just royally just fucks up so bad. It's like a train wreck just crashing into a fucking stone wall. That's the only way this series can actually really be that bad, because what it has right now with the plot, the characters, and all of that, it's potential anime of the season. Easily potential anime of the season, if I'm not counting continuations or anything from previous anime seasons and stuff. I'm not counting that, I'm just counting a straight up anime from this season. This is easily a contender for anime of the season, for Winter of Anime 2017, because of what is happening here in these latest episodes. So, besides that, overall, I do like how at the end of the episode, Aben has been being used the entire time, which I was like, whoa! Whoa, 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 and when you really think about it, it makes sense the way the interactions have been between these two characters, but I was like, holy shit, when we saw that hair grab scene, he pulled him down, I'm like, damn, like, what the fuck? So that was a very jarring moment, because I didn't honestly expect that to happen, him being used of all people. I thought he was the guy that was the top official, you know, changing and manipulating things, trying to set up the rebellion, but no, that did not happen, so I was like, whoa. So yeah, episode overall of ACCA 13, a very enjoyable episode, and honestly, I cannot wait to see what happens next, so let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I love you all so much. You have a wonderful day, or night, wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.